The goal was to develop good judgment, so you ate accordingly to develop your mind to have good judgment. That's what the chief.
That's right. Same thing. Yeah. And here again, like as we mentioned in the Phaedo, strength is terribly significant. Ki, or whatever word you want to give for it, that psychic energy.
It follows through with your good judgment. You could have good judgment, but not the strength to.
But if you don't have the strength to.
Follows through with it. You're more judgment.
It's nice to think it, but you can't act on it.
Right.
Yeah. I enjoy it. So, yes? I like calling on her because occasionally she doesn't have anything to say. This is not too usual. So. All right, so what's the goal then? You have to find someone who can pull this stunt off. And that's going to be for him the study of philosophy. And where do the wicked men come from? Previously? Heaven. They were all good.
That's right. But we had no experience.
No.
We're good, but we hadn't earned it.
Yeah, that's right. We're good by habit, but not by philosophy.
So
you didn't make conscious judgments. You just lived a well-ordered life because you lived a well-ordered life, but no reflection upon it.
I have a question. Why is the soul habitual in the way it functions? Because the habitual implies that there's recall. So
there is recall?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's always this recall with a recollection of what's happened in the past with the souls. And that's why it performs in a habitual way?
Let's make sure okay. Mm-hmm. Would you agree there is such a thing, or you heard about it, certainly, as an experience of bliss? Mm-hmm. All right. In order to reach that, is it possible that you're going to have to deal with the way in which you habitually function and the way you habitually try to seek some goal? Mm-hmm. That habitual way in which you function needs to be challenged because the way in which you function to reach that may not work. Mm-hmm. Because you have to know what kind of beauty mingles with all of this to produce that. So you may in fact be quite successful in reaching certain goals here, here, but now when you use that same strategy to try to reach this, it may be inappropriate.
It could partially be working with the pattern, within the pattern that you were given.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. If you're working within the
pattern that you had taken, still being forced by the first guide to maintain that pattern, but to utilize the pattern in a different means to attain a different goal.
Well, okay. Here, remember, the habitual way is what you came with.
Right. Yeah.
Because the particular pattern that you choose is going to give you the character that you have. So that's already established. Yeah.
So in this area, going back to one of your other diagrams, where the judgment in that middle section, that I kind of questioned about how you win, or get merits from that midsection. So in that section, you're not erased from your habitual way of your soul functioning?
Yes. You are.
You are.
Because whatever happens to you, you pay it off, or you get rewards for the way in which your character expressed itself in your last life.
Okay, character, not soul.
Pardon me?
Character, you said, not soul.
Well, the character of the soul. One's character.
Okay.
But doesn't that nature in turn influence your decision then, as to where you go in the next?
Well, I think the thing we're asking is, when they meet here in the meadow, because that's the meadow of rebirth, because this is the arena where they are then sent to various places, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. But those then that came up and have paid their dues, and those that have come down and received their rewards, they then journey to this meadow for 4 days, And that's the group we're now talking about. Okay.
Right.
So, okay, could you express it in terms of that then? Could you express the point you had in terms of those in the meadow?
No, I had forgotten about the meadow.
Yeah, okay.
So that was-
See,
that
in a way, this is,
clarified,
as it were, this is curious, very indeed curious, because this suggests, does it not, that it's a clean bill, a clean slate. And you pick up your character from the choice you make for your next reincarnation.
Right, from the three,
But while that's true, when I say true, I mean it's in the book, when he talks about that spectacle, that pitiful spectacle of watching people choose their next birth, they are still influenced by their prior existence. So it has both sides, you see. It has both sides, to be
that's
fair with the
also-
story.
That also
Yeah,
clarifies
yeah.
what I said about habitual.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's a point of view that before we're born, we're experiencing this bliss. But then in order to operate in the world, we forget that bliss because we have to function in the world.
And we're in this
So the
whole
bliss is
thing.
always there in our memory.
Yeah.
So we know what
Sure.
bliss is from our memory.
Sure.
So we're trying to achieve a way to return to that
Oh,
state.
definitely.
But sometimes we miss it because we make some wrong choices. We get
And
caught
wouldn't you
up.
agree what we're looking for, we should put, I think it maybe in the penny saver is the right place to put it. An ad that might read, if you have skill in helping those people who have achieved certain degrees of bliss and beauty, but are having difficulty entering it once again and perhaps more fully than they had in the past, right, we would appreciate you calling, and then we'll have an 800 number. Right?
Or get on the internet.
Right, internet, right, we'll put it out there, won't we? We'll email it, all right. Right. Web it out.
Yeah, the World Web.
Right, won't take long. Then we'll have a whole bunch of applicants, and we can easily test how good they are, because we need their art.
Yeah.
Right, that's the right way to do it. Modern communication and Plato come together. But these are the things that we bring with us for that judgment. And so we need someone who can pass on to us both the ability and the knowledge to make that entree into pure beauty.
Sorry to make this so mundane,
Huh?
going back again. So I'm assuming then the guide changes with each rebirth, because the guide is there specifically for the lot that you chose.
That's right.
So when you
Guarantees
fulfill,
it, necessity.
right?
That's
so,
right.
So when that's fulfilled, it's good riddance to guide, and you get a new one.
And the new one would be Socrates.
You're right.
And you know what happened to him, so be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, with all of this necessity, all this determinism, he's saying that there's a one thing that breaks through it all, and that's philosophy. Because otherwise you just keep coming back and back. And you may even get wonderful rewards for all the good you've done, but if it wasn't through consciously using your mind, well, you come back again next time, it'll probably be a tyrant.
Right.
Which is very interesting.
Conformism, with at least bringing it up to date where at least in modern theology or modern Christianity, all you have to do is just give the outward expression of
Yeah,
divinity,
that's right,
belief in
that's
one,
right.
Yeah, it's a cheap
belief in
shot.
divinity and Jesus or whatever,
Yeah.
and you are saved.
Yeah, this doesn't work. Belief gets nowhere with this, does it?
Yeah, really.
Oh.
Tenfold of pleasure, but then the tyrant next trip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there was a point earlier where I was thinking about that. Where does intention lie in all of this?
The tension?
Intention.
Intention. The
Mhm.
intention of the myth?
No,